Yes. Again, Hala Abdulaziz, good afternoon. So, as you mentioned, last class we finished past simple format, especially how to structure
Yes,
positive and the negative sentences in the past simple form.
yes.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
and also questions.
Okay.
So, also we
Mm-hmm.
focused on how to pronounce the suffix ed, and as we discussed, it has three different sounds: ta, da, and it. Okay, based
Mm-hmm.
on the last letter of the verb. So today, inshallah, as we mentioned, we should complete unit 2 and you should be ready for units 1 and 2 progress test, inshallah. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Okay.
so now here, what page? Page 20, vocabulary focus, word to describe feelings. If I ask it you, Abdulaziz, how do you feel today?
Mm. Happy.
Exactly, happy. What else?
Good, healthy. Good. Good.
Yes, you are happy. You are uh, excited. Okay, what
Interesting.
else? Yes, interested, you know. Right. So to describe feelings, we have positive and the negative feelings, as you know,
Mm-hmm.
right? So can you see my
Mm-hmm.
screen?
Yes.
Right. So here,
Mm-hmm. Okay.
check the words in the box. Can you read them, please?
Surprised, angry, birthed, in good
Embarrassed.
mood, embarrassed,
Mhm.
scared, worried.
Yes, surprised,
Yes.
angry, embarrassed, in a good mood, scared, worried. Do you know the meaning?
I think embarrassed, like
Uh-huh.
مستغرب أو
No, embarrassed, for example, my friend is embarrassed. He
زعل.
feels shy in front of strange people. Okay? So embarrassed, يعني feeling shy, يعني
Mhm.
مستحي, as you say in
Mhm.
Arabic. طيب, scared,
Mhm. خايف.
yes. Surprised,
تفاجأ.
yes. مندهش, surprised. Okay, in a good mood, of course. طيب, can you
Mhm.
match each adjective to the right emotion?
Okay. Happy
A,
A.
happy.
Happy.
You
D.
can say in a good mood.
Yes.
Okay, so I am happy today means I am in a good mood today. So let
A.
me write A here. In a good mood, pick A. Type
A.
emotion, the second one, huh? In a
D.
bad mood. In a
Yes.
bad
In
mood
bad mood.
means sad.
Yes.
Sad.
Yes.
Okay. So in a good mood, you can say happy. Okay. So
Okay.
you can express the same meaning, ya Abdulaziz, but in
Yes, I
different way.
know.
Don't say happy. No, you can say I am in a good mood today. Don't say I am
Okay.
sad. No, he is in a bad mood
Bad
today.
mood.
Type.
Okay.
What about D?
Bad mood.
D. This one.
D.
Mhm.
Bad mood. In bad mood.
No, no. Bad mood. This is the
Sad.
second one.
Okay.
You mean B? Sorry. B. So we have A. This is A, B. B. What
Ah.
about B?
Be surprised. Surprised.
Surprised. Yes, surprised. You are right. Surprised. So this is B. Type. Excited. The second one. Excited,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Right.
C. What about C?
Worried. Wor-
Yes, worried.
Worried.
Yes, شكله الآن worried. طيب, in a bad mood, excited, disappointed. What does mean disappointed?
Hmm?
How do you feel if your favorite football team lost the match, for example,
sad.
or
محبط.
disappointed. Disappointed means يعني upset, يعني unlucky. Okay, يعني demotivated, يعني محبط, مكتئب، زعلان.
Mhm. Mhm.
Okay, if you don't achieve your goal,
Mhm.
you may feel disappointed. طيب,
Mhm.
what about D?
شيء كذي.
D.
آه
D. Embarrassed,
scared.
maybe
Scared.
scared.
Scared. Yes.
Okay, scared, yes. خايف. What about E?
Angry.
Angry, excellent. What about F?
Embarrassed. Embarrassed.
Embarrassed. Embarrassed, yes.
Embarrassed.
Okay. طيب, here the next one is stressed. Stressed. Okay. Relaxed.
Mhm.
Bored. So now, please, Abdulaziz, can you read all of them?
Okay.
Hmm.
In good mood.
In a good
In a
mood,
bad
yeah.
mood.
In a bad mood.
Scared.
Scared.
Stressed.
Stressed, yeah.
Stressed. Uh, surprised.
Mm-hmm.
Exciting. Angry.
Excited,
Relaxed.
angry, relaxed, yeah.
Worried.
Worried, yeah.
Very. Very
Mm-hmm.
disappointed.
Disappointed,
Okay. Embarrassed. Worried.
embarrassed, bored. Yes, great. So now, Abdulaziz, I'd like you, please, let me know, how do you feel in these situations? How do you normally feel if there's a football on TV? How do you normally feel, okay, if there is a football match on TV?
Uh, interesting.
You mean interested? You mean
Yes.
excited?
Yes.
Excited.
Mhm.
طيب, how do you normally feel just before an important exam? Just
Uh,
before an important exam.
scared
Scared
or
or worried, I think,
worried.
or
Yes.
stressed. Yes, maybe stressed. So you can express your feelings in different ways. طيب, how do you normally
Yes.
feel if you can't remember someone's name?
Uh, disappointed.
Disappointed, yes, maybe embarrassed. Yeah. طيب, how do you feel, or how do you normally feel with people you don't know well? Mhm.
Uh, can you up? Go up.
Yes, here. Huh. You open your book, please, Abdulaziz. Are you using your book?
Yes.
Okay, you can use your book here. Huh. How do you feel with people you don't know well?
Excited.
Excited.
Yes.
Okay. Maybe worried?
Maybe.
Maybe, yes, maybe. طيب, when you finish school or work, how do you feel?
I think
Mhm.
relax.
Relax it. Excellent. Relax it. This is true. طيب, if you lose your mobile phone, how do you feel, or how do you normally feel if you
In
lose
a
your
bad mood.
mobile? Of course, you should be in a bad mood, or disappointed, or maybe angry,
Mhm.
right? Maybe bored. طيب, how do you feel? How do you normally feel if you go to watch a big rock concert?
Uh, Excited.
Excited, yes. If you are late for school or work.
Mm, late. Uh,
Mhm.
bored.
Yes, maybe bored, maybe embarrassed, maybe disappointed, maybe worried. Type, if you see, how do you feel or how do you normally feel if you see a big spider?
Scared.
Scared, of course. Type, the last one, if your English lesson is cancelled.
Uh,
Yes, how do you, yeah, your true feeling
in a bad mood.
in a bad mood. Are you sure?
Yes.
Okay. طيب. Now, here, Abdulaziz. So after finish here, how do you feel in different situations? But before we start listening, Abdulaziz, let me ask you, can you please
Mhm.
put all the adjectives in two groups, positive and negative?
Okay.
Positive
Okay.
feelings and the negative feelings. Okay?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
In a good mood,
Surprise. Surprise.
positive, huh?
Yes.
Positive
Surprise.
feelings, surprised. Maybe, by the way,
Excited.
surprised may be negative or positive.
Yes.
Okay, so maybe positive. For example, your teacher
But
told you are, yes, you are the best one in the school this month. Okay, this you may feel surprised. Yes, okay. What else?
excited. Relaxed.
Relaxed, excited. Yes,
Uh, in a good mood.
in a good mood. Yeah. Okay.
Just
What about negative? Yeah, negative feelings.
in a bad mood.
In a bad mood. Mhm.
Relaxed.
Embarrassed,
Stressed.
stressed. Yes.
Stressed. Angry.
Angry. Yes. Huh.
Worried.
Bored.
Bored.
Yeah. And disappointed.
Bored.
Yes.
Yes.
Disappointed.
Mhm.
Yes, I agree with you. Yes. Thank you. Type. Now let's start listening focus. Describe a first or last time. This is really important, Abdulaziz, because this is speaking preparation. So after listening, you should be ready for speaking. You should describe the first time or the last time you did something. But before we listen, please read these questions. Firstes and lastes. Take the thing that you remember. Take, choose anyone, Abdulaziz. The first time you drove a car. You remember
Okay.
this?
Yes.
You remember this? Okay.
Yes.
Type. The first time or your last holiday.
Yes. It was a good,
Type.
a good
You will
mood.
see. Your first English lesson. Do you remember this?
Yes.
Type. The last time you stayed up late. Stayed all night. The last time you stayed up all night. يعني سهران طول الليل.
Mhm.
The last time you stayed up all night.
Mhm.
The last time you went to a wedding. The last time you went to a wedding. What does mean a wedding, Abdulaziz?
Gifts, I think.
A wedding, حفلة زواج. يبقى the
Okay.
last time you went to a wedding. طيب, your first pet.
Yes.
The first time you went abroad.
Yes.
The first time you went abroad.
Mhm.
Do you remember this?
No.
No. The first time or the last time you felt really scared. The last time you felt really scared.
No. I can't remember this.
Okay. So now Listen to Helen and Mark. They should be talking about the first time they did something. The first time they did something. Which of the important firsts in exercise 1A do they talk about? So again, Abdulaziz, you should listen twice, 2 times. The first time, please answer this question. Which firsts they did in exercise 1, exercise 1A? After that, you should listen again and answer these questions, 1 to 4.
Okay.
Ready to listen?
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay, so listen and let me know which firsts did they talk about. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have 8 options. Please let me know which ones did they talk about. Firsts. خلي بالك ركز على first firsts only, not lasts. Ready?
I can't listen.
Yes, wait, please. Listening? Are you listening now?
No.
Not listening again? طيب, let me stop sharing this.
Time I went abroad.
Listening?
It was on a family holiday.
Yes.
I was about
Okay.
6.
Again, from the very beginning.
I remember the first.
Okay. I can't listen.
You can't?
Yes. Just I can see a screen.
To France on a ferry.
Yes, I can.
Now you can, huh?
I remember the
I
first
can.
time I went abroad. It was on a family holiday. I was about 6, 7 years old at the time. We always had our holidays in England in those days. But my parents decided to go to France on a day trip. So there I
can't.
was. I was
Yes,
with
I
my
can.
mum, my dad, and my brother. I felt very excited because it was my first time on a boat. Finally, we got to France, and we looked around, had lunch, and to be honest, it wasn't very interesting. But I'll never forget one thing. My father tried to speak French in the restaurant, and they just couldn't understand him. I felt really embarrassed.
Now listen.
I'll never forget the last.
Yes.
So, yes, what is the first? Which situation?
First road.
You mean the first time he traveled abroad?
Road. Yes.
Type. Now listen to the second one. Ready?
Time I felt really scared. It was about 5 years ago. I suppose I was about 17 at the time. I was
Can
with
you
a
back?
friend, my best friend at the time.
Sorry?
Can you back? I can't listen. The first.
Okay.
I'll never
In the restaurant, and they just couldn't understand
Listening?
Yes.
him. I felt really embarrassed.
I'll never forget the last time I felt really scared. It was about 5 years ago. I suppose I was about 17 at the time. I was with a friend, my best friend at the time, Jenny, her name was. We went for a walk from her house through some fields and down to the beach. When we set off, everything was fine. But then we got to a field with a horse in it. Well, Jenny said it was okay. I was a bit worried because I didn't like animals much, especially big ones like horses. But I believed her, so we went into the field. Then the horse came up to us and looked really angry. I was really scared, and I stood still for ages. But the horse didn't go. In fact, it came closer and closer. In the end, we got out of the field, but I still feel sick when I think about it.
Okay, I'm finished.
Finished, right? Okay,
Yes.
let me stop sharing this. And now, okay, you should listen again, the first one. What's the first situation for this girl?
Scared.
Exactly. You mean here, the last time you
Uh,
felt really scared. Okay? Now, you should listen again, Abdulaziz, and answer these questions. Here, read the questions before you listen. For each situation, you should answer the 4 questions. Where and when did it happen? Who else was in the story? How did they feel? What happened in the end? Ready?
okay.
Yeah.
Unit 2,
Listening?
recording 7.
Listening?
I remember
yes.
the first time I
great.
went abroad. It was on a family holiday. I was about 6, 7 years old at the time. We always had our holidays in England in those days. But my parents decided to go to France on a day trip. So we went across to France on a ferry. So there I was. I was with my mum, my dad, and my brother. I felt very excited because it was my first time on a boat. Finally, we got to France, and we looked around, had lunch, and to be honest, it wasn't very interesting. But I'll never forget one thing. My father tried to speak French in the restaurant, and they just couldn't understand him. I felt really embarrassed.
Yes. Yes. The first question. Where and when did it happen?
In France,
Okay. When?
in the holiday.
You can say during the holiday or when he was 6 years old, right? طيب, who
Yes.
else was in the story?
His family.
Yes, his family, especially his father. طيب, how did they feel?
Interesting.
Or
Exciting.
embarrassed? Embarrassed. The first time it was exciting. Okay, but he
Yes.
was
Very
embarrassed.
interesting.
Yes.
Yes. The last.
What happened in the end?
His dad he was trying to speak French. He can't speak.
Perfect. So his
Yes,
dad
he
tried to
tried.
speak. Exactly. He tried to speak
Yes.
French, but he felt embarrassed because, of course, his
Yes.
father couldn't speak French very well. Excellent, Abdulaziz. Now, the second story. Listen, please.
I'll never forget the last time I felt really scared. It was about 5 years ago. I suppose I was about 17 at the time. I was with a friend, my best friend at the time, Jenny, her name was. We went for a walk from her house through some fields and down to the beach. When we set off, everything was fine. But then we got to a field with a horse in it. Well, Jenny said it was okay. I was a bit worried because I didn't like animals much, especially big ones like horses. But I believed her, so we went into the field. Then the horse came up to us and looked really angry. I was really scared, and I stood still for ages. But the horse didn't go. In fact, it came closer and closer. In the end, we got out of the field, but I still feel sick when I think about it.
Okay? Finished?
Yes.
Where and when did it happen?
It was here, I think five.
Eh,
In house, in friend's
yes.
house.
When 5 years ago, when she was 17, where? In her friend's house, right? Like, who else was in the story?
Her friends.
Her friends.
Jenny.
Yes, exactly. How did they feel?
Scared.
They felt scared. Yes, you're right. What happened in the end?
The horse come for her. It is she doesn't like horse. He feel sick. She feels sick.
Yes, she feels sick. She feels sick once she remembers this story. Okay, Abdulaziz. Now you should listen again, but this time, please, after this time, you should be ready for talking about your firsts or lasts. Okay? And please listen again and detect the phrase you hear in this useful language box. Ready? How to introduce the story, how to give details, how to describe your feelings, how to end your story. Ready to listen?
Okay.
Listen, please.
Unit 2, Recording 7.
I remember the first time I went abroad. It was on a family holiday. I was about 6, 7 years old at the time. We always had our holidays in England in those days. But my parents decided to go to France on a day trip. So we went across to France on a ferry. So there I was. I was with my mum, my dad, and my brother. I felt very excited because it was my first time on a boat. Finally, we got to France, and we looked around, had lunch, and to be honest, it wasn't very interesting. But I'll never forget one thing. My father tried to speak French in the restaurant, and they just couldn't understand him. I felt really embarrassed.
I'll never forget the last time I felt really scared. It was about 5 years ago. I suppose I was about 17 at the time. I was with a friend, my best friend at the time, Jenny, her name was. We went for a walk from her house through some fields and down to the beach. When we set off, everything was fine. But then we got to a field with a horse in it. Well, Jenny said it was okay. I was a bit worried because I didn't like animals much, especially big ones like horses. But I believed her, so we went into the field. Then the horse came up to us and looked really angry. I was really scared, and I stood still for ages. But the horse didn't go. In fact, it came closer and closer. In the end, we got out of the field, but I still feel sick when I think about it.
Okay. Now it's time for you, Abdulaziz. So I give you 2 minutes, to think about the first or last time you did something. Choose one or two important firsts from the list. Okay? Here.
What?
Choose from this one. Choose any two from this list.
Just this. I can take my mind.
It's okay, no problem. You can choose what you want. Choose any two situations. And in each situation, you should answer these questions. Okay. Here. Which important first or last are you describing? Where, when did this happen? How old were you at that time? Who was with you? How did you feel before and after? Okay. So you have 2 minutes. Please prepare yourself. Ready?
Okay.
Yes, go ahead, please.
Okay. I remember the first time. Okay. I remember the first time I played the computer games. It was seven. I was 7 here.
Okay.
I was excited and interesting, and sometimes I scared some games. Finally, finally, I feel bored in
You
this
mean
time.
felt. By the way, Abdulaziz, please don't forget
Yes.
to use past form. Okay? You mean I felt. Don't say I feel. Yeah.
Okay.
Or you can say I was.
Okay.
Hey, who was with you? Who was the first person you played computer games with?
With my family.
Okay. Where?
In my living room.
Yes.
In the
Okay.
house, in the living room.
Yes. What about the other situation? Please try to add more details, Abdulaziz, as you listened from the two stories. Yes, go ahead.
Okay. I remember the first time I played games. I played games. It was 7 years, about 7 years, with my family and in holiday in the house in the living room.
Okay.
I played with my family some games. I felt exciting and
Excited. You mean
interesting.
excited. Yeah, excited.
Yes.
Mhm.
Sometimes I scared.
Right.
Finally it was bored.
You mean you were bored,
Yes.
or the it was boring? You mean the journey?
Mhm.
Okay. Yes. Yes. Quite good. Thank you very much. So this is the end of the listening focus and the listening and speaking focus, describing the first and the last thing you did. Right? Now we should start writing a narrative. And this is the last part in Unit 2. Okay? So please now, Abdulaziz, leave this meeting and join again to start writing the
Okay.
focus, right?
Okay.
Yes, join again, please. Thank you.